So here we are, in the deep Georgia jungle, and we see a Blackburn Rovers fan in his natural habitat. Now this Blackburn Rovers fan is looking for his third win on the spin. Now will they get it this weekend at Stoke City? We'll talk about it next. That's right folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' latest match on the road up against Stoke City out in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We've got it all here. A new Warowski, that's right, we are deep into the Georgia jungle down here in the southern United States, celebrating Thanksgiving. Yay! Turkey Day is today. But we don't want to hear about that. What we want to hear about is Rovers up against Stoke down at the 365. So let's take a look at the match in a bit more detail, shall we? So the match itself will take place right here at the Bet 365, aka, what was it used to be called? All these sponsorships and all that kind of thing, it's got me thrown off a little bit. I have no idea I can't remember what it used to be called. Britannia, I think it was the Britannia, something else before that. But anyway, it does take place right here at the old gaff. So it will take place 30th of November. Michael O'Neill is the manager for Stoke City these days. Obviously it was at Nathan Jones before the big sacking of that one. The danger man for me this weekend will be Nick Powell. Obviously, we know him. We've had a bit of an internal rivalry between Dakin and Nick Powell, and it seems to be a rivalry that's done and dusted now. It seems to be that Dakarooni's running away with it, but Nick Powell could be the party pooper this weekend. Last season, Stoke City did finish 16th in the Championship, and their record against Rovers is okay. It's not brilliant. They played each other 94 times. Stoke have won 36 of them. There's been 15 draws, and Rovers have picked up 43 victories along the way. Last season, there was a couple of barnstorming games. Unfortunately, we lost the game at Ewood Park 1-0, but there was a bit of a thriller at their place. It was a 3-2 win for Rovers. I'll take that right here, right now. And this season, obviously, we'll duke it out this Saturday, and then we'll do it all again at the back end of November, 26th of February. Let's take a look at the starting 11s, but before we get into that, any injuries or suspensions. They've got nothing for Stoke, clean bill of health, and no suspensions. Rovers also have no suspensions, but they've got a couple of injuries still. Derek Williams has got a bit of calf injury. I don't know when he'll be back, but to be honest with you, I don't think he would feature in my 11 this week if he was fit after yesterday's performance. Sam Gallagher also out, so is Sam Hart. Cunningham's out for the season, and Joe Grayson is also out for the season. So this will be my starting 11 for Stoke. I've got Butland between sticks, Ward, Indy, Bath and Edwards, and then you have a three-man midfield of Powell, Woods and Allen. It's a very good, strong Championship three-man midfield there. And then you've got McLean on the left, Ince on the right, and Gregory down the middle. As for Rovers, going with a 4-2-3-1 with Walton between the sticks, Downing, Lenihan, Tonsa Madabarayo and Nyambe. And again, Nyambe's questionable. He had a bit of a niggle. Bennett might come in and fill that void, but I thought they played absolutely top draw against Brentford, who were the form team of the Championship. The only concern for me is the games are thick and fast, and it's only been a couple of days since. It will only be a couple of days since the last game, so there might be a bit of rotation in that. We'll have to see. Travis and Evans, who thought they were top notch together as well. Dacarino, Rothwell, Armstrong, and Graham up top. So we'll see if that's likely to change. Let's take a look at the stats now. I'll take a look at the top goal scorers for Stoke. Klukas is in there with 5 goals. Gregory's got 3. Sam Vokes got 2. And Bath has 2. As for the discipline, McLean has 5 yellows. Klukas has 3. Bath has 3. And so does Woods. Allen and Nathan Collins. Nathan Collins have red cards to the name. Rovers don't have a red card, which is good to boot. But Darren Lennon has got 5 yellows, Bennett's got 4, Cunningham has 4, Williams has 4. But the goal scorers, Dacarino has 9 goals. Williams is our second highest goal scorer alongside Armstrong with 3 goals apiece. And Downing's in there with 2 goals. Let's take a look at, I've gone the other way around here, but we're going to go with it anyway. The next 5 games for Rovers heading into this, we'll take a look at them in just a second. But Stoke, they got Hull City on the next Saturday. That's at the KCOM. Then they take on Luton Town back at the 365. Then it's Reading also at the 365 on the 14th of December. And then just before the old Christmas build-up, it's Middlesbrough at the Riverside. As for Rovers, obviously Stoke this weekend. Then it's Derby the following Saturday. Then it's a midweek crunch clash against Swansea on the road, the Liberty. And then it's another difficult game against Bristol City down at their place, Thrashton Gate. And then we bring it on back for Monday the 23rd. It looks like in front of the cameras, a late game. I'll be watching that one live. I might even do a watch-along on that bad boy. So we have a bit of a build-up to that game, actually, so that's good for us against Wigan. Star-spangled game, that bad boy. The last 5 results for Stoke coming into this, they did lose to Cardiff on Tuesday. Or prior to that, they did beat Wigan 2-1 at the 365. Before that was a 4-2 demolition of Barnsley before their new manager. They also lost to West Brom on Monday Night Football 2-0 at the 365, and they also lost to Millwall at the back end of October 2-0 at the Den. Rovers coming into this 4 wins out of 3. Obviously winning Brentford yesterday, then they also beat Barnsley in a thriller 5-goal thriller 3-2 win at Ewood Park. Before that, we did lose to Leeds at Elland Road 2-1 before beating Sheffield Wednesday on the 2nd of November, also at Ewood Park. And all the way back 26th of October, we did lose to North End 3-2 at Deepdale. Let's take a look at a little closer look at the form table or the form situation. Looking at Stoke's home and Rovers away. Stoke come into this 2 wins out of 6. In their home form. Rovers 1 win out of 6, so not great form there, but hopefully we can turn it around a little bit. So the wins are up against Fulham and Wigan, but they have got defeats against West Brom, Huddersfield, Nottingham Forest and Bristol City. Rovers' only victory was Reading at the Matchday. They've lost against West Brom, QPR, Birmingham, Preston and Leeds. It doesn't make for a pretty reading, really. If you take a look at the form table, West Brom are one of the form teams, but whereas Stoke are sitting in 19th spot at the moment. It's not too bad. If you take a look at the last 3 games, it's 2 wins and 1 defeat. Rovers, though, the last 4, it's 3 wins out of 4. It's not bad, but as we said before, those 3 wins are home games, so not bad for Rovers. Rovers sit 10th and Stoke 19th overall. As for the home form, Rovers sit in 11th, just a 1 defeat at 6. It's not too shabby, but we're not really fussed about that right now because we're playing away. Stoke's home form again. 2 wins out of 3, 4 defeats out of 6. But this has got a new manager bounce now, so maybe we'll see them rise up the table a little bit. As for the away form, Rovers, not great, 18th spot on the table. 3 points out of a possible 18, so we need to get those numbers up. Let's take a look at the last few games between these 2 sides, all competitions and all venues. We're going to take a look first and foremost at the last crop. Obviously 3-2 last time out. We took a 3-0 lead before. It was a bit of a nervy situation there with 2 late goals from Stoke earlier. In fact, if we take a look at the last 6, we've only won 1 at the past 6, or the last 5, should I say. So it's 4 wins on the spin prior to that defeat last season for Stoke. Quite convincing victories as well. There's a couple of 1-0s in there, but ultimately we need to step it up. So yeah, they'll fancy their chances. Obviously last season was a different beast. I think we were just riding a wave of momentum at that point. Hopefully we can get that back into that thing. If you want to take a look at the last, in fact, what have I done here? That was just at the Bet365. If you take a look at the last 6 overall, it's a little bit prettier reading. 3 wins for Stoke, 2 for Rovers and 1 draw. The defeat last time out at Ewood was 1-0. Atoba with the only goal. We did beat them 4-1 at Ewood at 2015 in the FA Cup. I think they were a Premier League side then, and we were not. So yeah, Stoke still, I think, have a mental edge of us on this one. Let's take a look at the positional statistics here for Stoke, the hosts. Quickly at their touches, they take predominantly most of their touches. In fact, most of their shots are 66% down the middle, and 57% of all shots are coming in the 18-yard box. As for the directions, or where the ones they've conceded, 72% down the middle, as 47% in the 18-yard box. If you want to take a look at their touches, they seem to prefer the right-hand side of the field. Left is not too far behind, and also 45% of all pressure seems to be coming down the middle of the field, in the middle third. If you take a look at their goal types, they've scored 9 from open play, 6 from set pieces, 8 from set pieces, wow, 2 from penalties. So that's a huge thing. We've got to kind of keep an eye out on the weekend. As for goals conceded, open play is their weakness. They've also conceded 3 penalties, 2 set pieces, 1 counter attack, and 1 big fat OG. As for Rovers, the predominant areas where they take their shots, 68% of it down the middle of the field, 59% within the 18-yard box, 6% in the 6-yard box. That's also known as the Bradley Dack area, where he pops up and scores his goals. As for the shots conceded, 60% of all our shots taken against us come down the middle of the field, and also 51% in the 18-yard box. If you want to take a look at the touches, we also prefer the right-hand side as well, and also the middle third by 40%. As for our goals, We've scored 15 from open play, 5 from set pieces, 2 penalties and 2 OGs. No counter-attacks yet, but we've conceded 20 from open play, 3 set pieces and 3 penalties so far. Quick look at the strengths and weaknesses for both sides. Strengths are defending set pieces, stealing the ball from the opposition and attacking set pieces, as well as aerial duels. Their weaknesses: finishing scoring chances, avoiding individual errors, defending against attacks down the wings, and defending against through balls. Their style of play is to control the game in the opposition half, cross often, play out wide. They do mix it up with their 11, and they're very non-aggressive. And letting their opponents play aggressive against them, which might suit our style a little bit. Rovers' strengths: long shots, opportunities, defending set pieces. Defending against skillful players is our weakness, and avoiding offside. And we also very shabby at holding on to a lead, aka Barnsley. Our style of play is attacking through the middle, play with width. We do mix it up with our 11, and we're also very non-aggressive, according to who scored. The main forecast will say there'll be a low number of cards shown. Let's take a look overall now at the Championship and take a little look at the top teams in certain areas. So Fulham still lead the possession charts with 61% on average possession-wise per game. No sight of Stoke anywhere in this chart. In fact, I don't see him anywhere across the board. All Rovers, so you know, I'm not trying to blow our own trumpet or blow smoke up our backsides or whatever. I'm just saying, both of us coming into this, we're not in the leading categories or leading any of the categories in the Championship. Aggression: Barnsley are the most aggressive still, 43 yellows, 1 red. Wigan, though, not far behind. As for the aerial duels, Birmingham lead the way with 57.2% of all aerial duels won when playing on average. In the Championship. West Brom not far behind as well. Shots per game: Leeds lead the way on that one, 16.6 shots on average. Fulham second as well. Pass accuracy: Fulham lead that one. West Brom not far behind, 8 on average for Fulham. 86.6% of all passes reach their intended target across the board. How about going around the Championship? What's going on this weekend? Well, it's a slant-pack schedule as expected. Swansea will be taking on Fulham. That game is on Friday. Charlton against Sheffield Wednesday. That is on, that's an early kickoff on Saturday. Bristol City against Huddersfield. Brentford take on Luton. Derby against QPR. Leeds will take on Middlesbrough. Birmingham up against Millwall. Barnsley up against Hull City. Wigan up against Reading. And wrapping up Saturday's games, it'll be Nottingham Forest against Cardiff. Preston, though, they'll take on West Brom on Monday Night Football. All eyes will be on Deepdale for that bad boy. But the game of the weekend really is at the Bet365, and it will be Rovers taking on Stoke. We are from home, like. Let's take a look at the table. Well, West Brom lead the way at the moment with 39 points on the board. Leeds are second with 37 points. Then the chasing pack is Fulham, Forest, Preston and Swansea. To get into the playoffs, you've got to get 30 points. Rovers come into this 24 points. A win against Stoke will push us up to 27, and we could be sniffing on those playoffs as we edge into December. Down the bottom of the table is Barnsley, Stoke and Wigan, who are going down at the moment, but I'm sure that's going to sort itself out. If you are watching this and you're a Stoke fan, I did have Stoke to be in those playoff categories at the start of the season. I do fancy their chances. Will O'Neill do it? I don't know. I think it might be too late for playoffs this season. I think it might be another consolidation season for them. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping their season starts on Sunday after this game, and then we'll see them rise up the table. But they've got all the ingredients. They just need a little bit of tutelage and a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum, and then they'll be up the table. I should expect that. Let's take a look at the top goal scorers. Usually I don't really bother about the top. I do. But today we're going to look at it. Well, I wonder why. Anyway, top goal scorer, it is still Mitrovic, but up to fifth. Fifth is Bradley Dacarino. That's right. He's got 8 goals to his name. He's leading the pack of Johnson, Graben, Heigl, Wells, and in a chasing pack of 8. But Grant, Watkins and Bowen are above them in the goal scoring charts. Down the bottom there is Collie Woodrow with 7. No Stokies in sight just yet. As for the assists, Pereira leads the way with 7. Swift has got 6 alongside Brown from Luton, Ellison as well, and Mowatt's got 5 to boot. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that thumbs up, and if you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. Got it all here under one roofski. Now on the channel I usually do live Championship predictions, but we are here deep in the jungle, and I'm hoping, because I'm a bit itchy since I did that intro, there's no bugs or anything nasty on me. But usually I do live Championship predictions, but they're not going to be live this week for this weekend because I'm here. I'm going to be pre-recording them pretty much after this video, so make sure you check that sucker out. I'll tell you what I think will happen in this game amongst others, and then yeah, we'll be back to normal next week. So yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward to this. It is Thanksgiving Day as I'm recording right here right now. Rovers, if they can string this one together, we could have turned a massive corner at a really, really important time of the season, because December is slam-packed. I think there might be 7 or 8 games knocking around in that month. It is a bit of a slow month, but once it gets to around about the 20th, the games are pumping out, and there is some crackers in there, with that Wigan one probably standing out on Monday Night Football. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. Make sure you put a comment in the old in the comment section down below what you think will happen in this game, what you expect. Do you think it'll be another win for Rovers? Is there a snake over there? Is there a snake in my trousers? Anyway, I'm going to let you get out of here. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.